his most awesome. That just might be the moment for Phil Taylor to say the rot has stopped.
That's right, Taylor's mentality, push into him by Bristow. You get a 145, pal, watch me. Bing, 164. Bristow teacheth, Taylor delivereth. Come on!
And I think that there is the highest checkouts, both quite impressive.
54.
Think about that 164, so because each dart was absolutely perfectly weighted and perfectly on the target. Absolutely in the middle of each of the targets, a really picture storybook finish.
Not even a one-legged man in a butt-kicking race beats Taylor at butt-kicking.
57.
When he decides
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
to rock his act, he rocks. 2-2, race to 10. Man from the shed against the greatest ever. Slack visit.
85.
But you see there again, after that terrific 164 finish, those three darts, he was struggling. He was desperate to just tidy the situation, to retrieve
49.
the situation. And Newton isn't really cashing in.
Well, if I was Ray Barneyveld, I'd be laughing in to be Gorgonzola sandwich. This is not impressive from Taylor.
140.
There have been flashes, but the general Sherman tank grind is not there yet.
$55.
Well, as you said, Sid, the Sherman tanks were notoriously vulnerable. And at this moment, it has to be said that Taylor does look vulnerable again. Who would have thought that? Normally, so used to seeing this man totally dominate, absolutely electrify the crowd.
30.
And that really is quite remarkable.
At the moment, he's got all the self-belief of Buzz Lightyear.
140.
Loving it here in Blackpool.
Crowds can't really believe this. That Taylor has only shown mere glimpses of his true self, but 180 would be helpful here. And so would 140s could come out.
137. Where's he require 100?
Here we go then. Going to the break. 3-2 up on the power. Where's one tops? Down for the side left stick. Double 10.
90.
Who would have thought we would be saying
required 55.
That's left Taylor off the hook and he must take this chance. 55 the shot. Double top. He has two darts to grab the lead. Yes, he does. Taylor working hard, snatches it, but he's been under pressure and he'll be looking for better form than that after this break.
Next leg, Phil to throw first.
Yes, it's a wonderful first round, as good a first round night's play as I can remember in any competition. And Phil Taylor, who at times
85.
was his old champagne self, but at times in that opening session was a little bit like yesterday's brown ale. And Newton must know that if he could just hit consistency,
93.
just keep the pressure on, that he might have got Phil Taylor in another night of vulnerability.
Vulnerable is the key word for Taylor since the World Championship. Remember, Barney's brilliant last leg in the World Championship took Taylor. Barney had no 180s in 3 sets, then 20.
140.
Then at Bolton, Barney took Lloyd apart, took Taylor apart 11-4. Taylor in Las Vegas, beaten by Dudbridge. This lad stands on the threshold of opportunity. Because take it from me and Dave Lannon, we've seen, what, 86 billion darts run in the last joint 35 years. We know it. Taylor is not sure the weight of the shot.
180.
All the time he ain't.
Just signs now that Taylor is finding that old magical touch.
180.
And Newton isn't going to allow him to settle.
96.
96 the shot. This is a much better leg from Taylor. Double 18, super, super, super.
Best start he's thrown that. Mrs. Taylor's happy. Look at him. He is actually giving himself a right verbal rollicking. And that's the way, because Brissot used to dish it out on him when he was his mentor. So just when we're saying what the pundits are thinking about the Taylor weaknesses, he blasts in a leg of pure strength.
100.
Some of the old confidence and swagger coming back into Taylor's game, and that's so important, Sid, because you just got the feeling that the players, he wasn't inspiring that fear, that respect that he had before. That's, since the break, he's looked more like the Taylor we have come to applaud and admire for well over 10 years.
96.
The Cochise of the Darting Prairie. When Cochise used to return to his village, they said, how many horses have you stolen from 44. The White Eyes? And if he said less than 100, he won't the chief anymore. That's exactly the psychology of Taylor. Let the other boys in this huddle of world-class players know that you are back.
100.
Well, Phil Taylor isn't a horse thief, but he's certainly stolen a few legs over the years, and that 164 finish was a wonderful piece of high street mugging, his trademark. But he needs to do that 58. A few more times in this match, but he's now got a comfort zone, 4-2 up, and he's pushing his average up above 90.
But at his peak here, it's been as high as 112. I'll remind you, when he did the 9 dart against Mason in that match, he did it in the 5th leg for £100,000. His end average was 112. Yes, that's 2 big trebles every visit. And look at that checkout percentage. Dave Lanning's right.
60.
We might just see Taylor start the classy cranking from here.
18 would leave double top for 5-2, finishing at 67% success rate.
35.
Inevitably, put the jinx.
139.
But this is quite an ask from Wes Newton.
145 was no bother to him earlier on. Taylor then.
59.
To clinch a 90 average. 57% checkout, which is pretty good. Once the red bit. Once side lipstick. Bing. That's not a lie. Open bet to the red bit.
Games on the 7th leg. Phil Taylor.
And I think Phil Taylor will be registering relief there. If he'd have missed with that dart, it would have let Newton in, and he'd already had 3 darts at a double, but it was against the throw. Taylor now beginning to establish command, beginning to get his hands around the throat of this match.
137.
No, American, for God's sake, you've got to win ugly sometimes. Taylor will be quite happy to win this one ugly. As Wes blocks the bed, forced to come cover the green pit. Another shot at the same area.
57.
We have to say, Sid, when Wes Newton checked out on 145 and leg 3 to go 2-1 up, Phil Taylor was on the ropes and his bones were rattling. Dennis Priestley, impressive against Colin Osborne. We'll watch this 180.
180!
Tungsten tonsils from Bruce Spenley up there. Going great after 30-odd years in the game. 100. Nice last dart by Wes. Manley, Van Gerwen. Manley pegged back, was 8-4 down. Then Van Gerwen went ballistic for 2 brilliant legs.
Yes, a most entertaining match and quite a new talent on the scene, Van Gerwen. It really was
134.
Great piece of showmanship. And still to come, Lloyd versus King, and that will be little short of a classic.
Remember when Lloyd won this couple of years back? 17 180s in the final and ended on a 170. King brilliant. 216s coming in for the Powers. 6-2, good green bit. Feather tickle needed on the barrel. 5 legs on the trots.
Phil Taylor.